Michael Lewis is here.
Yeah.
He accused high-frequency stock traders of rigging the market against average investors. Since then, the Dow moved at least 1,800 points higher. There have been a handful of prosecutions, but still no widespread reform. His book is out this morning in paperback. It is called Flash Boys, A Wall Street Revolt. Michael joins us now in Studio 57. Welcome.
Thank you.
So what's happened since the book came out? Because there were some people on Wall Street who said, oh, no, this is not fixed. Where is the controversy today?
What else are they going to say? Right?
I understand that, but there was, people who said, no, Michael's got it wrong.
Yes. And everybody who said that actually had a stake in the existing system. So it's messy. It's messy because there are kind of two paths to fixing the system. And one is regulators come in and fix it, but regulators help create the system. And then I think that there've been some lawsuits filed. People have been fined for manipulating the markets, and it's been noisy. There's been noise out of the SEC, noise out of FINRA, noise out of the various out of
but it hasn't happened.
But it hasn't been real structural change. The bad incentives that are the heart of the problem, which in fact are the heart of the financial crisis, like poorly incentivized financial intermediaries are still there. However, there's this other way that the thing gets fixed, and it gets fixed through the market. And the characters of the book, the people who created this fair exchange, IEX, their business is growing very, very fast. They're going to become a public exchange in the fall. They've raised a whole bunch of money. Investors are behind them. I think that's the sort of the hopeful path, is the market fixing the problem.
Right. Back in the day of the Oprah show, she used to always say to her team, what is your intention here for this show? And I love in your forward, I'm going somewhere with this, in your afterword, you said, I did not intend to see just how angry I could make the richest people on Wall Street. So what was your intention of Flash Boys?
Look, if I had just been told that the stock market's got this rigging in it, and like ordinary investors are disadvantaged in relation to these high-frequency traders, I wouldn't have been that interested in the story. What interested me was that some people inside the market had figured out what was going on, instead of trying to make money from it, trying to fix the problem, possibly expense to themselves and certainly at expense to Wall Street. And so I thought these characters in the story, sort of their journey, was what was really interesting, not the nefarious deeds of Wall Street people, because, my God, we've heard enough about that.
Well, I think, what many people certainly believe is that there are two sets of rules. There are rules for rich people, and then there are rules for other people. And your book details this high-frequency trading where people have an unfair advantage. Has anything changed? Has the government at all stepped in to change that high-frequency
So
trading?
as I say, it's messy. The SEC is making lots of noise. The former head of trading and markets, the SEC, just came out and said the stock market's a Death Star.
I know, I keep hearing the noise, and I keep hearing that there's charges coming.
So where does it lead to? It's hard to know what it leads to. It's hard to know whether there are rules they can create that can't be gamed. Especially given the existing political system and the kind of poisonous relationship between the regulators and the political system.
Yeah, I know. I mean, and here's the front page of USA Today. Wall Street gears up for spring breakout. Market's going up and up.
And that's the other thing. And so just as the Federal Reserve did a very good job of numbing the pain from the financial crisis and thus numbing the anger that might have led to real reform, a stock market that's going up is a very hard stock market to do much with, right?
Let's talk about you. They're making your books into movies.
It's funny this is happening because it was never the intention. I mean, I think if you look at the books, I mean, The Blind Side has a kind of a movie component. But Moneyball, I thought they were insane.
You compare Moneyball to Flash Boys.
The response, the situation's very similar. Someone inside the industry saying, the way the industry is being run is insane, and then a firestorm happening after the book comes out. Actually, very similar, the response. There's the response of journalists that both books have had books written against them. They aren't obvious movie material. I mean, this is a really complicated subject.
So you got Brad Pitt's back playing in The Big Short.
Yes.
He was in the Moneyball. And then the Flash Boys is going to be made into a movie with Aaron Sorkin?
Well, The Big Short started filming today in New Orleans, so that actually is happening.
Right.
And until they start
Quite an
filming
all-star cast, by the way.
It's an incredible cast. Christian Bale and Ryan Gosling and Steve Carell, and I think Beyonce.
Now, don't you get a kick, though, Michael, that there are going to be movies? You said you never started out thinking that, but now isn't it kind of cool to know that what you write is now going to be on the big screen?
It's great.
Yeah.
I mean, it's great. And
of
I've been very lucky in that they haven't screwed it up. I mean, the movies have been fabulous. So Aaron Sorkin is writing the script to Flash Boys.
So
What
you-
happens to it, I don't know.
So you're a best-selling author,
Yeah.
many books. Your books are made into movies, successful movies. What does Michael do with his money?
I think you've asked me this before.
I have,
And the
on
answer's-
another show.
The answer is so uninteresting. The answer is just really uninteresting.
just tell us
I do
anyway.
so little with it. I sit on it and count it every
No,
now and
you
then.
don't.
And
You don't.
So here's what I do.
Well,
I
you buy
trade.
lots of
I
towels?
don't trade a lot in the stock market.
You don't put it with an index fund or something like that?
I do. I have
you
money.
do.
I have two kinds of index funds. I have Vanguard index funds, which like a lot of people, but I also give some of my money to
Vanguard's a
Warren
good
Buffett.
one, right.
I mean, I put it in Berkshire Hathaway, which is a kind
That's
of fund.
exactly.
It's not and because I figure that whatever happens, he can figure it out. But other than that, I'm not a stock picker.
And are you buying up half of Oakland?
Oh no, look, I don't have any gift with money.
Are you buying better sheets? There you go. Red count is important, just
In
saying.
my household, I'm not the Department of Spending, so it's not how it works.
Someone
is better than me.
qualified
Yeah,
you.
yeah,
That's
yeah.
right.
Michael Lewis,
Tabitha
always
takes
good to
care of
see
that.
you. Yes,
Good to see
always good
you.
to have you here.
Thanks for having me.